Hello, everybody. Welcome to I believe it's the fourth episode of the MidFall Podcast. It's gonna be just me and Josh for today, and
Yo.
yeah, clearly we don't plan our intros yet, but
Yeah.
we're just gonna get just straight into the topics and stuff like that. Um, we hope whoever's listening has been having a good week. It's been a busy week for me at least, just with work and stuff like that. How's your week been so far, Josh?
Honestly, my week's been pretty decent. Been making myself busy, so I like that. I'm the type of person where if my week is busy, I kind of like it more than just sitting there doing nothing. Like I think on Sunday I had that type of day, and I did not like it. I did not like just sitting home doing nothing.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting for me. Like I I like having days off, like at least like from my job, like from my day job, but I don't at the same time. And the only reason I say that is because unless I have something planned, unless I have like, okay, I'm gonna get this done. If I spend the day not really doing much, it kind of sucks. Like, I feel like I haven't done anything. So I do kind of even though I kind of dislike going to work, waking up early, driving to work and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure like most people do. I at least end up feeling productive. So
Yeah.
that's one positive thing about it. So uh at the time of recording, it's Tuesday, May 31st, meaning that tomorrow will be the 1st of June. And we have a little challenge, not
Yeah,
challenge, but kind of
it's
thing
a
that we're doing.
challenge.
I mean, yeah, it's a challenge. I mean, we're labeling it. Okay, so in my head, I'm labeling it a challenge just so that I have a time frame that I'm working on, like working with, and calling it a challenge so then that way I can stay a little bit more motivated to do said challenge or basically what I'm trying to say is we're just going to go ham at the gym um and on our diets. Currently right now I'm weighing at 170 pounds. I'm 5'7", 5'6", 5'7", and this is the heaviest that I've been. But um I'm not like just like heavy just because I like let myself go. I mean, a little bit. I'm sorry for rambling on, but
That's not a
I'm just trying
ramble.
to
Come on.
lose. I'm just trying to basically cut back on some weight. I kind of had like the bulking season this winter, and it's been a little bit harder for me to like let go of some of my diet. So I'm trying to get back to like my normal weight, and what I mean by that is like the weight that I've just been constantly for like a few years. I'm trying to get back to like 150 pounds. I'm just trying to cut back on some excess fat that I have, and I'm hopefully gonna build some more muscle during this month. I mean, right now is the strongest that I've been. Um, so I'm just trying to look a little bit better for the summer, just for me, like myself. I just want to stay motivated. So today was your first day of the challenge. You started a little bit early.
Yeah.
How was your first day? Because I wrote Josh a program, and he's gonna follow like a 3 week, no, sorry, a 3 day workout program. Um, you like to play basketball a lot, so for the rest of those 4 days that you have off, you can either take those as rest days or play basketball or do whatever physical activity that you like. So to get back to my question, how was this first day for you?
I think the first day was actually pretty, not wouldn't say easy, but it was simple because how Luis did it is we wrote it on a Google Doc and then he explained everything to me. So when I went to the gym, I already ate healthy today. Like I didn't eat too many like carbs or anything like that. I made sure that I was energized before I went to the gym. I digested my food. So I went to the gym feeling good. And when I got to the gym, I went to stretch a little bit. And then after stretching, I did all the stretches that Luis told me. And they're typically, I think about half of them are stretches that I typically do. And then after that, I did actual workouts with the weights and everything, and it felt good. I would say the only issue I had at first, because I've never done this before, is you wrote down things like use 20%, 40%, stuff like that, 60%. And so it took me a bit to get to understand what that meant, but then I got it, and once I got that, it was pretty simple to understand and gauge what's my 20, what's my 40%, what's my 60%, what's my 80 to 90%, and stuff like that. So once I figured that out, my workout became a little bit easier. And then I think it was called the superset. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was difficult because when I did the superset, I did so initially like for this superset, it was basically doing push-ups and then going straight to your pull-ups, and then every set after would you be trying to match that, right?
Yeah. So if you for the honest, right? If because I put it so that he would finish with that, just like really tire him out. I mean, I don't know where you placed it on your workout, right?
Yeah.
But if he's has the energy to do 10 push-ups, then he does like 5 or 6 pull-ups. That's essentially what he has to follow, like for the next 2 sets. So
Yeah.
how many did you get?
So I ended up doing 7 push-ups, and then I was gonna try to do 3 pull-ups, but I gave out at 2, I
Mhm.
think. So I did 7 push-ups, 2 pull-ups for the next 2 sets. I think my weak point is definitely the pull-ups. Push-ups, I don't really have too many issues with whenever I do push-ups normally, or did the decline push-ups you told me to do and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for most people, push-ups are easier than pull-ups. I know for me they definitely are. How I kind of got started, at least like within like pushing myself to start working out and stuff. Um, I I think this is maybe like in 2019 or something like that. I had lifted weights and stuff like that before, but I was kind of in that state where like maybe I just wasn't prioritizing like working out as much or maybe as like consistently. So for a while, for so essentially, told myself I'm gonna do 100 push-ups a day. So be that 10 sets of 10, 5 sets of 20. Just you know, I just want to do 100 push-ups, and I did that for maybe like a month, 2 months, or something like that. 3 months. I don't even know. Basically, I got to the point where I was doing 300 push-ups in a day. So, that made me want more. That made me want to like just get stronger and stuff like that. And I noticed within going to the gym and like, bulking and stuff like that this last probably November, that's when I made the biggest progress because I was actually tracking like, I was trying to PR, I was trying to just get stronger and I was just trying to really show myself that like, that I could do what I set my mind to. So, um, what are your kind of what do you expect the rest of the month to be like?
Yeah, so at the moment I weigh about 184, 185, maybe 183 if I took away some water weight, but I'm also like 5'10", 5'11", so I don't really expect to lose too much weight. I expect to more so lose some fat, especially on my lower abs slash belly, and then gain some muscle in my chest or pecs and my arms, if I'm being honest. I think that's where I'll see the most growth. But I'm hoping, because you gave me like a leg workout that I think will work, and I'm hoping with that I can increase a few inches on my vertical jump height.
Dude, yeah, I know for real. Like the program that I kind of set up for Josh. So he's one of my guinea pigs. I kind of have this like want to be I don't want to say like a personal trainer, but like it's kind of fun testing these things to where like, you know, so I'm into fighting. I'm into like boxing and like MMA and stuff like that. Although unfortunately I haven't really been training in like MMA for like the last maybe like 6 months or something like that. Just because I haven't really been able to financial position or just time too. I've been boxing, which is good because that's what I started with,
Yeah.
and through boxing and MMA and stuff like that, I was like, okay, how can I work out to be better at these sports? So then, like Josh, for example, he likes basketball. And I like to write these like programs, especially he's my first time ever, or this is my first time ever writing a program for somebody. But I want to see if what I wrote down for him will actually be effective for him in basketball and playing basketball, so he could, you know, be like, oh man, what's his name? Adam Sandler, and then own these people at the gym. So
Oh my god, Adam Sandler. Man, he's
yeah,
good at
he's
basketball
apparently
though.
yeah, apparently.
He's
Have you
he's
seen
pretty
that?
good. Dude, there's a guy, okay, sorry to stray a little bit off topic, but it
No,
has
no,
to do
go
with
for it.
Adam Sandler. There's a guy at my gym. I don't think he'll ever see this episode, but I'm complimenting him. That dude is so good at basketball, dude. Imagine he's about your height, Luis. And he's a
Oh
little
shit.
bit stockier, but he's around your weight. But dude is at the gym, dribbling as fast or slow as he wants. He can, whenever he goes into like the paint to go to do a layup, he can twist the ball around his body. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, imagine you had the ball in your hands in front of you, and then you put the ball behind you and then back in front of you by switching hands.
Yeah,
You
like he
know,
orbits it
he
essentially, kind of.
orbits it around him, and he's able to go behind the backboard, fade away, and shoot the ball over the backboard and into the hoop.
Damn.
Like he's out of bounds before he hits the floor. He shoots it, and it's all
Yeah,
legal. Everything he does is right.
that's crazy. That's like what attention to or like focusing on like your specific sport does, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if he played in like high school or like college,
He said
but
street ball. That's all I know so far.
yeah, you can get a lot of places if you just are super. So, like, okay, for me, like right now, right, as an example, in the future, I want to compete in either amateur boxing or amateur MMA.
Mhm.
In fact, I will in the near future, hopefully. I mean, that's just a goal that I'm setting for myself. I want to go ahead and do that. But right now, especially at least like for the last like 2 close to 3 years, I've been more of a hobbyist, I guess. Um I mean, I spar with the people that are competing and stuff like that. Like I can keep up with some of them. I'm not saying that I do like great, but at least, I I do it. I just really like to do it. And I guess I'm a hobbyist that wants to take it seriously. But yeah, I mean, even being a hobbyist, you're gonna be as good as serious as you take whatever you're doing, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. But
No,
yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
yeah, I don't know about like for you, at least in this early days, but I'm also taking it um and trying to build myself personally. I'm hoping to not only like build some good eating habits, build some good I feel like I have pretty good like workout habits. I try to work out almost every day just because like I get bored and if I don't work out because that's just such a part of my routine. I know like, some of you listening might be like, "Oh, rest days are a thing." And I do agree with that. There are just times where I guess maybe because I've been so used to for the last few months to work out very intensively that, days where I could have just like a normal kind of workout. I guess for a normal person or maybe someone who's just beginning, um, it'd be like a actual workout. But for me, it's just basically what I'm trying to say is I can work out and like every day, but I'm gonna go harder some days than, most. And,
Yeah.
you know, basically I'll have like active rest days where I take it easier. But yeah, so I'm hoping to this month, I think walk out with like about $500 like saved up. I'm trying to also build like some financial stuff. So um I think that having an extra like $500 saved up after this month would be good.
Yeah.
Just cuz I mean like too, right, like I'm saying like um everyone should kind of go ahead and try this, right? Like if it's accommodating to your level, right? And what I mean by that is like, for you, right? Like you do work out, but you're not at like my level of working out. So like 3 days that are like that you work out that are like super solid for you, like that's gonna be enough for you, right?
Yeah.
So like for me, who isn't really great at saving money at 23 years old, um, I want to get better at that, and I want to walk out with having saved $500. And I'll update you too, at least between you and me, as to
Yeah.
how that went. I also want to maybe read a little bit more,
Oh yeah, me
and
too.
also build this brand. In that month, I want to see how far we can get. Hopefully, Josh and I, at least, at the very least, people close to us, will have some merchandise. And, you know, for people watching this, you'll get to kind of see some of the potential first merchandise for mid-fall. I want to go ahead and get that started. So, you know, Josh and I are doing this for us, and then also hopefully anyone who sees this brand, anyone who watches this podcast can relate to whatever we're saying and just enjoy, and want to partake in whatever we're doing. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I feel like you described something very important that I think a lot of people miss when they like choose to go to the gym. A lot of people when they go to the gym, they see it as, "Oh, I'm trying to do this for me, I'm trying to lose weight, blah blah blah." And it's good. But I do think that not even just with going to the gym, maybe with just your sleeping patterns and stuff like that, building up a work ethic or some sort of not I wouldn't say a routine, but some sort of mental note that you have to be better at something and actively trying to get better at it. And it doesn't have to be through the gym. It can be through getting an extra hour of sleep. It can be through talking to your family more. It can be through, watching your favorite show and calming down after work, all that stuff. I think if you take the time to find that one thing that helps you get closer to your goal of, like you said, with financial stuff, for me, it's more so getting back onto when I was in college, I had like the work ethic of a beast. I want to get back on that.
heck
That's
yeah,
what
you
I
did.
want. Like I would
Yeah,
stay up, I would wake up at like 9 a.m. for class, go to class, and then I'd finish classes around like 2 p.m. And then I'd do some like videos on YouTube or do some game development. And then I would go to play volleyball outside at like 7, 6 p.m. And then I'd get home around like 11. And then I'd stay up until like 5 a.m. No, not 5 a.m. Like 4, 3, 4 a.m. just working on stuff because I was that like into it. I loved it so much and I knew that I had to do it to get through college. So like for me, it was the fire of knowing if I didn't do this, nothing would pan out. But for others, it might be like, oh, I want to go to the gym. That's going to help me do this. I need to go to the gym to do this, or I want to go to the gym to do this. Or I'm really into basketball like I am. So I'm going to the gym because that's the best place for me to get better at it so I can play against other people. So that's like my logic with it. And with the gym and your routine that you gave me, that's going to help me get better at the physical part of basketball. And then me playing basketball is going to help me get better at I wouldn't say athletic, what's the word? Just the fundamentals of basketball.
yeah, and I hope you see a difference in your performance after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's you know, so like I said, we're 23, right? And I don't necessarily keep up with a lot of people from high school, but it's just odd seeing how many people have glowed up since high school, and then how many people have, I mean, for lack of a better word, like kind of started letting themselves go. Um, and I'm not gonna judge anyone for where they are now, right? Because I mean, they could have let themselves go now at 23, just an example of our age. And maybe when they're 30, they might be in better shape than us, right? Like I'm not gonna judge for someone who in which position they are in their life at the moment. But basically what I'm trying to say is like it's just I don't know, it's just interesting, right? Like the charge that you take on your life at a certain moment, right? Because I mean, like for
Yeah.
example, right, like you said, you had a really good work ethic during college, but I mean, um, respectfully, right? Like you're saying that your work ethic has kind of came down a little bit, and
Yeah.
it's like, you know, that just kind of happens, right? Like we let ourselves go, and hopefully more people can kind of get back on track. But it's good that we're at least acknowledging that we can make that effort into like putting time into like ourselves, right? Like especially like being like so young, like it's just good to develop these habits now.
Yeah.
So
It's going to be very important in the future. And one habit I've been forcing myself to do, and I'm not sure if you've done this before, but you might have. But whenever I feel like going to the gym and then I get in my car and I'm on my way to the gym, if I'm on my way to the gym, I have to go to the gym. I can't skip on the gym if I'm already on the way. Like maybe if
yeah,
I forget something, I'll go back and get it, but I have to go to the gym. And so I'm trying to do that more for my work as well, where if I'm in the middle of doing something for work and I want to go outside and do something, I need to finish at least most of it or part of it before I can actually let myself go outside so that I can build that work ethic in my mind of saying, hey, you need to let yourself earn some stuff before you do that stuff because my work ethic tanked because when I graduated, I was like, oh yeah, I finished. I can chill now. When in reality, I couldn't, but I let myself chill a little bit too much, you know?
yeah, no, and what was I gonna say? Yeah, and I we're seeing that now, like with you and me. I don't really know what kind of came over us, right? But we are just somehow just more motivated to go ahead and start this because this company has been an idea since about like 2018.
Yeah.
And now finally we're actually like just stepping up and trying to like really do something about it. It's not just conversation anymore, it's not just ideas anymore. It's like we're actually trying. And to kind of give people some incentive, um I mean, I'm not going to reveal anything, but when Josh was talking about his YouTube channel, he actually got pretty far, like
Yeah.
he was able to like well, what's the word? Like reap the fruits of his labor, it actually paid off is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's very cool that he was able to grind and then see a result, see a return. And it's the same thing. At least I want to tell you, Josh, right? It's just going to be the same thing for anything you do, right? Like if you just work hard, obviously, in certain scenarios, like there has to be luck, right? But um, with something gradual as like working out, you'll see returns, right? As something as
Yeah.
gradual as like taking care of yourself, like you're gonna see results. So it's good, and especially we pass on that these lessons, right? Like to our friends, to our family members. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, like with this challenge that we mentioned earlier of the gym, or at least eating healthy is actually the main challenge. That's gonna help with the gym that we've been doing. I'm trying to get my family to do it too because I see the value in it. And if it's just me doing it, what's the point? Like, sure, it helps me out, helps me feel good, but I'd much rather have people doing it with me, like Luis is, and some of our friends have agreed to do, than having to do it alone and reap the benefits alone. And that's kind of what midfall is with us. We originally wanted to start it with not a bunch of friends, but with some close friends, and sadly it didn't pan out that way. But with Cyrus, who you've seen in the previous episodes, we're going to be growing with him. We want other people to join in the future. You're going to be seeing stuff in the future, and I don't know. I think we'll probably post like the apparel that we design once it's done on Instagram, most likely. Um, Once you guys see that, I hope you guys can see how serious we are about this because we definitely want this to be more than just a podcast. We definitely want to do more content and show the work ethic we're trying to develop for you all.
Yeah, we should definitely. I mean, this is kind of something that I'm bringing up now, but we should definitely like consider making like a Discord community or something like that. Like, I feel like that would be cool.
Yeah.
Um, because especially too, like, um, what do I want to say? So, when you see big YouTubers or big influencers, people on Instagram that have like plenty of followers, it's hard to like kind of connect with them in a certain way because you don't see like the process and you're not like growing along with them. So
Yeah.
hopefully you and I can reach a bigger audience and basically, people can see us grow as well. So it'd
Yeah.
definitely be cool.
I think with I agree. I think with midfall, it's not that we want to grow large, it's that we want to grow and foster a community that, you know, when we do things, they see that they're included. They see that they're thought of. It's not just us posting on Instagram saying, "Hey there, we're having a good day." No, it's us posting because we want to speak to you guys and communicate with you guys. So Discord's definitely something that we should consider.
Yeah, and I mean, it's cool, like, even in these podcasts that I mean, what this I already said it's the 4th episode. I mean, we're already it's cool because, like, we get to actually ask each other questions, right? Because, like, we actually it's not just like a normal conversation. It is, but it has a format, you know? Like, it's
Yeah.
like, "Okay, like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that?" And basically what I think so dwelling a little bit off the subject, but like not really. I think that it's cool, like you and I, like the friendship that we kind of have, or like our group of guy friends that we have.
Mhm.
Not, I mean, we have girlfriends too, right? But um, at least like our close circle are mostly just like a group of like 4 or 5 like guys and stuff like that. And it's interesting, like the way that we approach things, like we actually look out for each other. We give each other advice, and it's just really cool. And I actually hope to be able to bring that, to a larger audience, just a group of like-minded people that are just kind of there to give each other advice on stuff that they might not know. I mean, like for example, like we're talking about working out and stuff like that, but we really don't know that much about it. Like
Yeah.
we probably know more than people that just started off, but we are still like beginners compared to like, people that have been doing it for like years and years. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I think so, to really add on to what you said with the, joining in the calls and we just give each other advice. Like we actually prefer doing that for each other, and that's why everyone in our friend group feels comfortable with doing it. Because it's not that like they join the call to face judgment. We actually join the call, tell each other what's going on, feel comfortable with repeating it too. Because the people that are typically in the calls with us are there because they've either gone through it or they can help calm us down. Bring us back to earth or back to reality. Like I've had moments where I felt like, oh crap, like months ago I did something and maybe something resulted from it that I may not have wanted, or maybe something could have come up and something I didn't want to happen happened. But with the friend group that we have, I was calmed down, I was chilling, and now nothing actually happened. It was just me being paranoid. And I think that's something that we want with midfall, where the people that are in midfall, regardless of who you are, where you're from, anything like that, feel comfortable to share with each other what's going on and to be able to talk to each other and to us.
Yeah, exactly. Or even not only that, right? But like to have to listen to other people like talk openly and like know that like other people have close relationships, right? Like for example, us, um, and just being more incentivized to talk to people that you have, right? Like people close
Yeah.
to like you. Um, yeah, because I mean, like the friendship that, well, I mean, Josh and I, for example, we've been friends since like kindergarten, first grade.
Yeah.
So I mean, but at the very like we really started getting more close like now in our adult lives because I've always tried to be like super open. I've always tried to like bring that out of my friends, even if I might look ridiculous or whatever, like sharing certain thoughts that I have. But from the beginning, I always tried to like create that kind of space. And so it's cool that we have that now, especially like that we brought in friends that also kind of have those same ideas. And now we're all really open with each other. Um, what am I trying to get at? Essentially just that. I mean, being open and being able to talk to people is it's a take and give or give and take, whatever you want to say. Like you have to be willing to be open to also receive that same openness. So,
Exactly.
you know, hopefully we can also pass that on. And, you know, if we haven't explained it already, midfall is basically um, we're all young. We've all been through stuff. Well, we're not all young, right? But we're young. And I feel like we've been through, you know, essentially what the normal person goes through. And people can react to whatever they're going through in different ways, right? Like if someone breaks their leg before like a big soccer game, they're probably crying because like, oh my gosh, no, like this is like the biggest moment of my life. It's my soccer game. While someone else is like, oh my gosh, bro, you just broke your leg before a soccer game. Like, calm down. Like people process things differently, right? Um, so whatever someone else might be going through isn't probably going to be as bad as what someone else is going through, but um basically what I'm just trying to say is that we're all in the middle of falling through life, right? And so we just want to build that community of people that are falling through life, that are in the middle of it, and just trying to create a space where people can relate to each other and just all that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I agree. I think that's at the heart of it. That was the first thing that Luis and I agreed upon with Midfall, and he explained to me that's what he wanted. That Midfall would be not just like a clothing brand or like a gaming video channel or podcast channel, and more so be like a community. And over time, I've started to see like what he means. I started to see the value in what he's saying. And with the following thing, like we're all going through something, we're all experiencing things, and I think what a lot of us need is someone to, touch our shoulder and say, "Hey, I'm going through something too. I understand that you're going through something. Tell me about it. Tell me how you're feeling. I'll try my best to understand, and I'll try not to judge." All that stuff. And I feel like everyone goes through different things. Everyone goes through the normal thing. Everyone goes through the crazy things. And sometimes people just want to be able to relax somewhere, and I think that's something Midfall could become. I think that's something Midfall could help people relate to. Because at the end of the day, Luis and I are just two guys that grew up together that, went through stuff, related with each other about the stuff we went through, conveyed it to each other and our friends, and felt like that's something that we could, give to other people.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't really say anything else. I mean, hopefully the Discord can be coming in soon. We can hopefully make that thing grow. Clothing as well. Um, we haven't fully discussed our content ideas. Mostly just because, you know, in the last episode we talked about how dry Halo is, and that was like our
That was episode 2, right?
Episode
Yeah,
yeah,
episode 2.
episode 2, where Cyrus rambled upon Halo.
Cyrus had a field day is what I'm saying, but it was good.
Yeah, that's good, obviously. But, I mean, Mans is just really passionate about his Halo, like, what can we say, right? We love him. But, yeah, no, so, um, we talked about I forget what games, but yeah, no, hopefully there's gonna be, like, more gaming content and, hopefully just more music if yeah, when we get to it, cause so just I mean, just really quickly, like, some of my hobbies, like, involve, like, fighting, making music, playing video games with my friends and hanging out. I don't know, I like long walks on the beach. I'm just joking. I don't actually. I mean, I do like the beach, but, um, just stuff like that. So hopefully I can bring more people entertainment with those hobbies that I have. Feel like all those are just good kind of hobbies to be able to like entertain people with if they find it entertaining. But hopefully one of these days we're gonna get our friend Jared or our friend Jake on this podcast to talk. They're both musicians,
Yeah.
producers, and stuff like that. So Jared just had his first live performance. It was um at like an art thing, like showing kind of thing that they have over in like the San Francisco area. So that was cool. Um you can follow him at Black Pumpkin Boyo and see his live performance if you've made it this far. It's pretty entertaining. I produced one of the songs that was on it. Um and yeah. So wait, really
Yeah.
quickly, Josh. What are some of your hobbies?
Yeah, my hobbies, honestly, I really like playing random games. Like that's something Luis and I do a lot, or we used to do a lot. We play a lot of
Crab
random
game.
games. Crab game was difficult sometimes, but fun. That game was so much fun. Um, I like just like playing games. I like deception games. I like games that I have to play with friends. I don't really like single player games too much unless it's like the Spider-Man game, which I'm hoping is co-op in the future, but probably not. I love basketball. I love watching it. I like playing it. I'm not that good, but I'm trying to get better, as you could tell earlier when I mentioned the workout Luis gave me. Um, I enjoy just talking with my friends. Like sometimes I see one of our friends chilling in the voice call in our personal Discord, and I just join them, chat with them for a bit, and go to bed. I like traveling a little bit when it's not too expensive. And I enjoy
Yeah.
just honestly hanging out with friends. But sadly, we don't live in the same state anymore. So I try to visit, he tries to visit, or we try to communicate where to visit. But those are some brief hobbies that I like.
Yeah. So, you know. Yeah. I mean the last trip that we took was Iowa, and
That was
that was a
insane.
thing.
We'll talk about it in another podcast because that
Yeah, we'll
was a
definitely go
fun trip in
into it.
itself. That was a whole journey. That was a movie's worth in itself. If I'm being
Well,
honest.
Utah in Vegas
Utah,
was a whole thing.
that was a two-parter. That was like the Hangover part 1 and 2. That was insane. Utah and Vegas. I don't think we'll ever tell the full story for that, but Iowa for sure will be a full story in a
We're not
podcast
gonna
episode.
tell Vegas. We're not gonna
We're
tell the
not
full
telling
Vegas
Vegas.
story.
We're not telling Vegas, but we're definitely telling Utah. Utah was actually fun.
Yeah, Utah was super fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say this when we record that one. It's probably more than likely gonna be the next episode, but just travel more if you're young. Like, take that time to travel.
Yeah.
Obviously, like you can save money, like and stuff like that, but there's nothing worth an experience. Like, nothing's worth like an experience. So especially like seeing another country, another state, just eating good food and hanging out with your friends, like,
Yeah.
even if you go somewhere alone, because I would like to do that too.
I'm
I
never
mean,
doing
I
that.
guess.
No, I'm never doing that.
Mm. Well, I know for sure I would never go to, like, another country alone, but I
Yeah.
think, like, a nice city, like a major kind of city, like I would go to Seattle, like alone, or like Portland or Iowa. Honestly, Iowa alone, it would
Yeah.
be kind of boring, but I don't know.
I think you
So
have to
yeah,
go somewhere knowing what you want to do if it's going to be a place like Iowa. But otherwise, it could be a good trip, you know?
yeah. I mean, shit, we didn't even like know what to expect for Iowa, but we were very pleasantly surprised.
Iowa was actually so much fun. And that will be a story for another podcast. We should probably cut this episode soon.
Yes, we're gonna cut it right now. We hope that you enjoyed. We hope that you liked what we were talking about. It's
Yeah.
a little late for me because I usually go to bed at like 9. I'm just joking. I leave, but yeah, we hope that you enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next episode, releasing when it releases, either a Tuesday or a
Tuesday,
Thursday.
probably a Thursday because this one's going
It
up
is a
Tuesday, I think.
Thursday. Yep, yep,
Yeah.
on Thursday in 2 days. We'll see you in 2 days.
Yes. Like and subscribe. That's the one we're doing because it's on YouTube for now. Also, if you want to check out the Instagram we mentioned and all our other socials, they are in the description and they're going to be in the description of every podcast on YouTube at least. And we'll probably shout out the actual Instagram in the future because I do not have it on hand right now. But yeah, that's all I have to say so far.
Yeah, that's great. We'll catch everyone later on the next episode.
Yes,
Have a good
sir.
night. Goodbye.